Hi, I'm Chuck Dorris. I'm a certified technician. Today I'm going to take some of the mystery out of windshield wipers and how they work. First thing I'm going to do, I want to watch the windshield wipers and see if they're in time or not, especially when they're coming together in the middle. You want to pop these little caps off right here. They slip right out. Most of them do. These little caps cover up a wiper arm nut. I'm going to take this side loose. The next thing you want to do, stand these up like that. Just take these off. All right? I'm going to get that out of the way. I'm going to set this down on the right side of the car so that I know that this one goes on the right side. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take the cowling screws loose. Little screws that hold the cowling on. This particular cowling is held on with a Torx style screw. And it's a little bit different, but at your parts department you can find the right size that you need. These screws are located down inside the little slots. Take them out. Next thing we do, we're going to raise the hood up. All right. And always remember to take loose your windshield washer hose right there. Let's see down inside there. All right. Then we're going to lift up this cowling. Now we have the windshield wiper transmission that runs both of the windshield wipers individually, and it keeps them in time. I'm going to turn the car on and turn the windshield wipers on so that you can see how this transmission actually works. Alright, as you can see, this is just a motor that goes around in a circle, and it keeps everybody in time. Everybody goes to the same spot every time. When you're checking one of these, don't get your fingers in the middle of this. It'll bite you. What you want to look for is loose bushings or any of these covers right here. If these get loose, they'll come apart. They'll completely come off. So I'm in here looking at this particular bushing. There's a bushing that seems pretty tight. There's also another bushing in here. I'm rocking it back and forth looking for movement inside there, and there's just a little bit. There's really not a whole lot of movement. Everything seems to be tight. There's no loose bushings. This one is actually a double bushing. You can see where it rides in the middle and on top. And that's usually where the problem will start. You'll have a whole lot of looseness right there. These actually look fine, so I'm not going to mess with them today. But I wanted you to see the mechanics of a windshield wiper. Most all windshield wipers do the same particular thing, how they work. At the parts department, they'll say it could be a worn out bushing. Well, this is what they're talking about. Put this thing back together and we'll go from there. Okay, after you get this back in place, don't forget to put your windshield washer squirter back in. It goes through a hole in the cowling. And there's the grommet. Goes back in. Now that we've got the cowling back in place and everything, all the screws back in it, we're going to put the windshield wipers back on. We're going to make sure they're adjusted right, and we're going to apply some Rain-X to the windshield. While I've got this apart, I want to show you guys how to install these windshield wiper blades. There's several different wiper blade attachments. Some of them have a hook like this one. Others have just a straight bar, but all of them will attach to the blade right here in the same general fashion. You slide it right through and you come right back until you hear it click. And then that way it's locked in. You're good to go. Before I put the windshield wiper arms back on, I'm going to apply some Rain-X on his windshield with just a regular paper towel in 2 coats. Once it hazes up, I wipe it down, then I haze it up again, and I wipe it down again, and it's good to go. right there, there's on the bottom part of all of the windshield wipers, there's a pivot. I always start with it up like that. That way it goes right here, and I can adjust it by going down like this until I get just to the right spot. Right about there. That's where I want it to park. Once you got that tight, then you slide the cover back on and pop it back into place. Something I need to point out to you, whenever you put these back on like this and you're getting ready to put it back down, make sure that you always have a blade on here, because when this comes down and it hits right there, it can crack your windshield with that much force. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back on, clip it back in. Alright, now our windshield is safe. About right there, that's where I want him to stay. Put my pivot back on. Nice and tight. Just like that. Now after I got my windshield wipers on and installed the correct place, I want to do a performance check. Notice I've got plenty of distance between these two wiper blades now. That looks good. I think we got it. Well, there you go. The bushings are good. We've replaced the wiper blades and put some Rain-X on the windshield. I'm Chuck Dorris, and I hope you learned something today.